Hey angels, it's Lookin' Bratz aka Dom here with a new video. And if you couldn't guess by my attire, my look today, we're gonna be talking about something pretty special, something pretty cool, something I've been so excited about since August of last year. I've been like nervous-sighted, which is like nervous and excited because with something like this, you just don't know what's going to happen. Before we jump into the video, I just want to say thank you for all the love on my collection room tour video. If you haven't checked it out yet, please check it out. I think it went well. I was a little nervous uploading it because I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but I was really happy with the outcome and the reception has been really great. So thank you so much for all the support on that. And now for my next trick up my sleeve, I have a special set of dolls that we are going to unbox today and discuss and go over all the details about this release. Also, if you do hear like a noise, like a background noise, it got really hot out of nowhere. The weather has just suddenly of course it was today when I had to film and I don't have a working AC unit. So I have my ceiling fan just spinning. So hopefully I won't melt because I am wearing some makeup today, which will be for another video that I will be filming after I unbox these dolls. But I guess without further ado, I've been waiting for this moment for a while. And then when I started YouTube, I was like, oh, I cannot wait to review this. I was like, I am getting a nose band-aid. And yes, I bought white band-aids and I bought this little bow off of Amazon and I didn't know where I was going to put it. I was like, should I put it in my hair? Should I put it on my shirt? Should I I don't know. It's on my shirt because I thought it looked the most natural, even though I probably don't look natural right now. And neither does Kaycee. So without further ado, I'm so excited to be unboxing the Tweevils, Kirstee and Kaycee. Now I really hate my ring light right now for working. I hate my ring light for working, but this box is very reflective. This whole box front is plastic, so of course it's very reflective. I've been trying to take videos and like pictures of it, and it's been so hard to not catch the light in the box and have it like reflect off the dolls, but I've managed, and right now on video it's a little bit harder. But as you can see, we have the Tweevils here, and this is truly a historic release. This is a Bratztoric release. This is Bratztoric in the making. This is something that is like 18 years in the making. Bratz Rock Angelz and the Bratz TV show, those came out, believe it or not. You're gonna feel old when I say this, unless you're like 15. That movie came out 18 years ago. It came out September of 2005, and the show came out that same month. And it's so wild to think that all these years later, the impact that that show has had and that the movies have had has led to 18 years later us getting an official set of Tweevils dolls. And I don't think people understand how impactful and powerful that is. And there's just so many different things to like think about, and things going through my own head, through like my own knowledge and like what I've learned about like these characters and what I've known about these characters all these years. And like it makes me so happy that I'm getting to be in this moment, and I'm so happy that everyone's getting to be in this moment as well to experience the Tweevils. Now, I know what a lot of people are probably thinking. Why did it take 18 years for us to get a set of Tweevils dolls? And I think very simply it can be explained that MGA did not want to create villainous characters, especially when they were very much, they're modeled to mimic Barbie and her sisters, Skipper and Chelsea, no, Kelly at the time. It was Kelly at the time, sorry y'all. So it's, you know, Burdine and the Tweevils were, first of all, if you listen to Bratzline Podcast, shout out to Bratzline Podcast, they did an episode with Moochie Fassett, who directed all almost all of like the Bratz media that we know and love from way back when. And he actually said that Burdine and the Tweevils were based off some like executive or CEOs. I had a more definitive explanation. It's in that podcast. You have to listen to the podcast episode to really understand what he's saying, but it's based off a woman and her twins like in real life. But then there's also definitely the reference to Barbie and Kelly and Skipper. So many names to remember because it's always changing. I think that is such an interesting piece of knowledge, and I'm so happy that they got to interview him and get that information. And at one point, Isaac Larian went to Moochie Facet and said, "No more Burdine," basically saying like no more Burdine. The accent came through. So obviously there was, you know, these characters that were created by the animation team by Moochie Facet. You had Burdine and the Tweevils, and they ended up becoming really beloved characters. And all these years later, like, we recognize and we love them. And it's just so cool that we're getting, like, these official dolls. And I know I've already been talking so much without even unboxing the dolls, but there's just so much to talk about, so much to get into, I feel, because of how much history there is behind this. Also, before we get into the dolls, sorry, another note is that if some people are wondering if there was ever Tweevils dolls planned, honestly, I want to say no. There's no information out there about whether or not there were Tweevils dolls maybe planned whenever, like 2005, 2006. There definitely could have been. Maybe it was considered. But honestly, I just don't think it was ever truly in a lineup ever to really be truly considered. Maybe it was an idea brought up, but as far as I know, and as far as like, you know, thinking logically about it, I don't think there would have been, just because there was less of a, I don't know, there was a less of a wanting to make a villainous character like that. And there were villainous Bratz characters that were made, like there was the Wicked Twins, and then there was Lena, and you know, I just don't think they wanted to really put that out there. I don't think they wanted that to then become a part of the brand, even though it very much is a part of the Bratz brand now, like we know and we love it. But I don't think there was ever Tweevils dolls planned. I don't think there was ever a Burdine doll planned in the past. So I'm glad that now, all these years later, we do have something that's official. There's been a lot of customs throughout the years. I remember this one video back in like, I want to say like 2007, 2008 of somebody making custom Tweevils on YouTube, and it was set to Mystique's Scandalous, but that's another, that's like a whole other thing. And I cannot find that video to this day. And I loved that video so much. I thought it was so cool. But it's been so interesting seeing people have so many different interpretations of what the Tweevils look like in like a Bratz doll form. And what I'm really glad about is, and we'll get into this soon, is that they have brand new head molds. They don't have new body molds, but that's completely okay. Like, they don't need new body molds, but they do have new head molds, and they do match the animated characters. So when we take a look at the box, and I'm going to try to angle it this way so that the light doesn't catch it too much, we can see that there's a few things happening. I really love the package design. I have to say, whoever designed the package, like, chef's kiss. You did a fantastic job. I don't know what I was expecting for the Tweevils. I thought maybe it would be like a pinked out version of the twins packaging, like that really cool like dome packaging, but I'm really happy and really impressed with this. It looks very luxe. It's giving like the collector vibe, and there's some notes about that, but we can get into that later. So obviously we have the Tweevils here. We have Kirstee and Kaycee. We have the Tweevils logo, which I really like. I was honestly surprised that they didn't choose like a more Barbie-esque typeface. I was kind of expecting them to go like full Barbie shade, because in Rainbow High, they go full Barbie shade in that, but for this, it's a little bit more tame. I do like the typeface though, and I like how it really is a callback to the old twins sets. So we have like that little devil there, and then we have like devil horns, and then of course we have the crown and the bow over the E's. I think it just looks perfect. Like, couldn't ask for like a better logo design than that. Like, it's giving not too much Barbie, but it's like Bratz in a sense, and it's also giving Bratz twins, but you know, it's great. I love it. And then we have Kirstee and Kaycee down here. And then the caption says, "They're twins and they're seriously evil." And then over here, it says that there's a poster inside because this one does come with a poster and it's actually reversible. But once we open it, we'll get into that. And then there's not a ton of Bratz branding on here, which I like. I think it really separates this release from like regular Bratz releases. So there is a Bratz logo here and there is one on the bottom of the package, but otherwise you will not find a mention of the Bratz unless it is on the back here. There is a mention of Bratz back there, but it really is like a Tweevils box. And then over here we have whatever. My nose. Sorry, I like to do or attempt to do a Tweevils impression. And if there was ever a Burdine doll, don't even get me started. I love doing Burdine. I don't do like I'm not spot on, but I love like trying to like mimic the voices. It's so much fun. And like the background, like the scenery, the setting, perfect. Perfect. It's the Your Thing office and it's their desks in the office. I do kind of wish they had snuck in like a little Burdine or something somewhere. Like it would have been really cute, but I'm really happy with this, honestly. Like I'm excited. Like, oh my goodness. I got this package in the mail today, mind you. And also shout out to MGA. I didn't even mention that yet. MGA did send this to me. Thank you so much to MGA for sending this to me. Like, I'm super excited. And if you want to learn how to get your own, I will go over that later on in the video. But for now, we are going to focus on like actually like going through the packaging, opening this. Sorry, I'm talking so much. I'm just so excited. So on the sides, I should say, there's a few little things that I've noticed, but there's a lot of quotes and catchphrases from the Tweevils. So some is like, what's your problem? Would you like calm down? Yeah. Loser. I love that one scene where it's like, crybaby, loser, loser. I say that a lot to my friends, not to anybody, like actually. My new ensemble. Quick, my nose is going to fall off. NOP, not our problem. Sorry, I'm loving this. Get a new one. Lame-o. What else do we have? We have a lot of my noses, a lot of like losers, whatevers. There's a few that oh, neato. There's like a lot in a like ton of different fonts. And I did notice, I don't know if this was intentional, but I do think it was. There's a few throwbacks here. So if you notice this font here, the font is called Einhorn. I think I'm saying that correctly. And that is the Bratz the Movie from 2007 font for the Bratz logo. And down here we have the Genie Magic font, which I don't know the name of, but it says not our problem. And then there's loser. So I did notice those little things there. I don't know if there's any other callback type fonts here. I thought this was the Feelin' Pretty font, but it's not. I think everything else is just like a different font. But I thought that was a really cool, like, two throwbacks there. I don't know if it was intentional, but honestly, if you already know, there's like Bratz fans who do work at MGA. There's one in particular who is very heavily involved. She does a lot, so I'm assuming was very, very heavily involved with the Tweevils and like the making of that. So, I'm so excited. I'm so happy there's like people on the inside who like know what they're doing and have like you know, an affinity for Bratz, and they know like what Bratz fans like want. And even if like, you know, you're not getting what you want, it's maybe not entirely in that person's control. So don't like harass anybody, please, because at the end of the day, it's the company's decision on what to do and what not to do, not like the people individually working on the brand. So just putting it out there, sorry. And so on the back, we have this Bratzified Tweevils artwork, and it's very much in line with like the 2001, 2002 artwork, and kind of like what they did with Series 2. This is very much in line with that, and I really love it. I think the artwork is super cute. Definitely, like, they did Tweevils artwork for the Total Fashion Makeover game app, so it makes sense, like they did the same like sort of style here. I prefer this one. It's a little less, like, it looks more like Bratzy, but also unique, like a distinction. And some people, I don't know if some people do this like ironically or something, but they pointed out that there's no noses, but I'm like, Bratz artwork traditionally does not have noses. Like, where are you like thinking the noses are from? Like, there's no noses. And like, they're making fun of the fact that Kaycee's nose bandage is there without a nose, but I'm like, it's camp. Like, it makes sense. Like, because Bratz artwork doesn't have noses, really. There's like been very few times where Bratz artwork had noses, very few eras, I should say, so it shouldn't be like shocking. But if you didn't know that, now you do know that. So there's no noses in the Bratz world, as it should be. Yeah. I'm gonna watch this back and I'm gonna be like, what is he doing? So yeah, I really do dig this artwork. It very is, it's Bratz, but it's also Tweevils. It's very, I love it. And then we have all of that like typography back there. We have, oh, I just love this packaging design. I think it's so, so cute. And I love how they're doing the backs and they're doing descriptions with the artwork. It feels very like classic Bratz era type stuff, so I'm really digging it. There is a very like what seems like a long description back here, but it's actually just English, and then I think there's French. Oh yeah, French and Spanish. I will read the English version. But it says, "Mean girl alert, it's the Tweevils, Kirstee and Kaycee, the seriously evil twin duo who are out to wreck the Bratz, as long as they don't wreck themselves first. Clad in pink and ready to rule the fashion world, at least they think so. These girls are nothing but bad news." Yeah. Sorry, I can't help it. I'm so excited. I've been working up my Tweevils impressions since August. And if you didn't know, the Tweevils listing leaked in August, and nobody, like, some people did believe it, because, like, how can you not believe a real listing? But it's a little hard to believe, and even, like, now, like, people think it's, like, an April Fool's joke, and it's not. Like, this is, like, a real thing. So I guess we'll open it. Also, I love the pink bow on the top. I think it's a really, really cute detail. And I love, like, you know, when they do special Bratz handles. And this one is just super duper fitting. Everything, like, this package design is so fitting. I think it's so iconic. And honestly, I'm kind of glad this happened 18 years later, because now we can really admire the fact that we have Tweevils dolls. And we can, like, quote all of their iconic catchphrases that we've been, like, putting and keepsaking in our heads since all that time ago. Like, it's come down to this moment. Okay, I have to unbox these now. I'm talking so much. We're going to unbox these. I'm so excited. I am going to preserve the packaging as much as possible. It is going to be a little bit difficult, I think. Also, like, I got so nervous this week and I, like, bit my nails off again, so I don't have nails. I'm not working with nails here. I want to preserve the background for sure. I want to preserve everything. This packaging is just so good, but I also want to take the dolls out. I want to, like, feel them. I want to play with them. I want to take photos with them. I want to do videos. I want to do reels and TikToks and everything. Like, it's all going through my head. Like, I've had so many ideas just going since August in my head, and now I'm like, oh, like, I have to really execute them. What I'm trying to do right now is, like, I'm trying to peel the tape along here, and I'm trying to peel it off instead of snipping it. I hate when there's, like, tape marks on things, so that's why I do that. I hate when there's, like, tape left over, like, residue and all of that. Like, I have to get it off ASAP. Okay, we've cracked the code. So you do have to take off the tape along all the edges here. The only one I'm not taking off is right here. I think I can leave that one alone, but we'll see. But once you do that, you can just open up the flap like this. This is more like if you want to preserve the packaging. If you just want to rip it open because that's your gig, then that's your gig. I won't judge you, but I might judge you because this packaging is beautiful, but it is very big. So I understand if you don't have the space. I don't have the space, but here I am doing it. So now what I'm going to do, or attempt to do, is I have to, like, get the dolls out. So let me see what that's all about. Okay, I'm holding a Tweevils doll in my hand, and this feels a little bit surreal. Her shoes aren't on right now. Oh goodness, we have Kaycee. These dolls are actually really pretty, and I think a lot of people are, like, making fun of them because obviously, like, they're not meant to look like Bratz dolls. We'll get into that discussion, don't worry. But, hello, she's actually kind of gorgeous. Okay, let me get the dolls out, like, for real. But I'm excited. Okay, we have Kirstee out. I'm just gonna, like, grab all the other things. I'm gagged. I lost a shoe, and it's hiding back here with the brush. You will have to open up those back flaps here to grab it. Ah! Sorry. Oh, there's a little instruction booklet. That's great. Neato. Okay, we're just kind of like dissecting the package here because I really want to get these plastic pieces out without like really damaging the package. So, okay, I've really gotten into like a pickle with this package because now I have this whole piece out. But I'm glad like I could take the piece out without like ruining anything. So that's good. Whew. Had me working up a sweat. We have the doll stands out. And oh, there's like all this plastic now at the bottom. Okay, I think I'm finally done with the box here. And I've managed to put it together and it looks pretty good. I'm proud of myself. I think it's not super hard to preserve the box and like keep it as like a little set if that is something that you would like. But do keep in mind you have to be very gentle, very patient. Take your time with it, please. Take your time with it. But okay, I have the dolls out of the package. I'm super duper excited. You can see one of the buns here. And let me put them on their stands. Ooh. Now, thankfully, I don't think the rest of this review is going to be too long because these dolls don't come with a ton of things, but I think they are very special in their own right. So, okay, let's bring my table back. Okay. We have Kirstee, Kaycee, Kirstee, Kaycee. Run for it! I'm having a moment. So first off, we have Kirstee, and so both of them wear the same dress. It's that iconic like pink slip dress with the little white buttons on the top and with like the white lining down here. And of course they have those like classic Bratz shoes, and these they originated with first edition Yasmin and Jade. Yes, they do have bend knees, so if you're wondering, most Bratz have bend knees, and sometimes it might be like a little hard at first because you got to kind of break them in. And especially with like the newer bodies, I think it's been a little bit more difficult. But somebody did ask me that recently. As long as you're not like bending them like this too much, like they should be fine. Maybe with like a more faulty doll, like that's something to like return. I don't know. But we do have Kirstee here. I think she looks really good. She comes on the movie body. So this body came out in 2007 with the movie collection. And some people are wondering why they don't have the updated body that came with the collector dolls in 2018. And honestly, I would not be able to tell you. I do not understand the decision. I don't mind that they use this body though. Like, I like the movie body. Like, I don't mind it. Although it's not like exactly the movie body, so the torso, and I will be taking the doll's top off, so if you don't like that, sorry. But the torso is like a regular Bratz torso. The movie body did have like the jointed torso that kind of moved like that. This is the movie arms essentially with the regular Bratz body. And honestly, like, I don't mind it. Like, I think it works pretty well. Again, I don't know why they went with the movie body. Like, it's beyond me. And then of course her hair is styled up in that classic bun that the Tweevils have. And the bun is very interesting, so it's very much styled. And I've seen a lot of the bangs like up here not looking so good, but I think mine look perfect actually. Like, I was thinking about like snipping them into a point like this when I was first seeing the pictures of them, but mine look like they've been snipped already into that perfect little point there. So I really appreciate that, and I appreciate MJ for sending me a set with that. I'm not gonna have to do really anything with her hair except to cut out these little plastic ties back here. And if you're wondering, I usually use like a nail clipper or like little scissors so I can really get in there with it. But the hair is styled up pretty perfectly, and this is a new face mold. It has a, I think it says 2022. Yeah, so the mold was created in 2022, obviously not released until 2023. The mold is very much like the Tweevils, and I believe they both have the same mold, except Kaycee, not Kaycee, oh my god, I'm gonna get them confused. Kaycee, Cookie, ah! So hers has the painted teeth. I believe hers also, like, if you had painted teeth in it, it would have been the same mold. Yeah, that makes sense to me. And I really love the faces on these. At first, I was a little bit like, I wasn't sure if I like the expression on Kirstee. Like, I understand why they did the expression. Like, it very much is like a Kirstee expression. And now, like, I really do admire it. I think it looks really good. I know some people are not gonna like it. Some people may have wished it was a bit more neutral, kind of like Kaycee's, but I do think it adds like more diversity to their faces, like a bit more of a switch up, so it's not like the same doll twice, just one with a slightly different outfit, like, and, you know, not having a nose bandage. And also, I never really took note, but they do have earrings, so they both have these heart earrings, and they're pink. And so in the back, so they have their hair styled up in the bun, but then the back, it's kind of like swirled up like this. And I guess maybe it was just to make sure that the bun was really secure. And the bun is like really secure. And I think, I don't know how this is being held in place, honestly. I think it might be tacked in. Yeah, so you can see like little plastic bits here on the sides. So I'm not removing the bun, I'm not removing the hair. If you're looking for somebody to remove the hair to see what the dolls look like with their hair down, I suggest you look elsewhere, because I will not be doing that. They will be staying in this hairstyle, and I don't think I will be redoing the bangs either, because they look pretty darn perfect to me. I really dig her. Like, I think she looks really good. I love this. I think it's just like classic Tweevil, and I can't believe all this time I'm holding a Tweevils doll in my hand, and I love the real like little like pearl beading up here on the crown. I think it looks really good. Pretty much like no complaints. At first, when I first saw the leaks way back in January, the dolls leaked in January, I wasn't sure about the face, but then I was like, you know what, it makes sense. It's camp. And then here is Kaycee. And so I really do love her face. I love that neutral expression. It's kind of like she's giving you stank face, but it makes sense because she's a Tweevil. And of course she has the heart earring. She has the same dress, same outfit as her sister Kirstee, same hairstyle. It's pretty much curled up the same in the back. Yeah. And except she has the bow, which is like, you know, what the look I was trying to go for, sort of. And she has the nose bandage, and the nose bandage isn't molded. It is just like a painted on nose bandage. Oh my goodness, we're twinning. Twins. Yeah. And she does not have, she has like the mold where like if you painted teeth on her, it would look normal, but it's like painted over, so it looks like she has a closed mouth. And I do love the lip shape on these. I think it just makes sense. I love the nose shape. So here's a side profile. In case we haven't like seen that often, here's a side profile. I love Kaycee's nose bandage, but I do feel like flying objects are just drawn to it. I messed that one up. These are the dolls. The dolls, the Tweevils are twiveling, the dolls are dolling. There is not much else to say about the dolls per se. The only other things that they come with, besides the stands, and I do love the stands, they started coming out with these with the Cult Gaia and Moalola dolls, and I really love these ones. Like, these are like the perfect Bratz stand in my opinion, because you don't have to worry about it like clipping on the waist and like, you know, being all in the way or like messing with the hair. I prefer it this way. I don't like, you know, I don't want to fumble with all the leg things that they used to do with these types of stands. Like, it used to be like the peg that goes up. This is just like a foot shoe peg, and almost all Bratz, except for like very few, have that bottom shoe hole. So I love these stands, and I honestly wish they would consider giving them to all of the dolls, even if it's like a reproduction, even if it's like a Series 3 doll. Like, I would love to see them come with those types of stands. I want them to sell them in bulk. I would love that, but you never know. I know my one friend, Wild Wolf Dolls, he's making his own versions of the stand, so if you do want to order them, he might be selling them off his page, I'm not sure. And they do come with 2 star brushes, which I was a little bit like, I don't know if we needed 2 of these, especially because, what am I combing? Like, what am I brushing out? I know they always include like the Mugler star brush. Like, I think 1 would have been fine, but to have 2 in the same color, like, I don't know. Like, I'm sure they made the decision for some reason, but honestly, I would have been cool with like 1. but it's whatevs. And it does come with like a little instruction booklet. I don't know if the other dolls came with these, but they do come with instructions on how to use the stand. So I guess that'll be useful for anybody who does not know how to put a shoe into a peg. And there is the poster, so let's not forget the poster, because this is also probably another selling point for a lot of folks, because a lot of people love the Bratz posters. I don't blame you. I think Bratz posters are really cool. And this is a double-sided poster. So on one side, we do have the Tweevils, and they are in the office, and I love how it's like animated like that. Like, it just looks so, so cute. And then on the bottom, it says Tweevils. And then on the other side, we have the Tweevils up against all of the sayings, all of their catchphrases here. Are there any other extra ones that we may have missed earlier? Nope, it's just a bunch of the same ones in the different fonts. I think it looks really cute. It is reversible, so it's not two separate posters. It's just like one poster that's double-sided. And this is 11 inches by 17. I think it's 11 by 17, if I'm not mistaken. If I am mistaken, I'm so sorry to... I want to really come on here and apologize for what I've done. And you're a loser! Crybaby loser. Sorry, it's just like something got into me. So there's not much else to say about the Tweevils. Like, I wish I could sit here and talk all day about the Tweevils, but I mean, this is all they come with. And I guess we will get into like the release of it all and the pricing of it all. So just to be upfront, these dolls are $50, 50 US dollars. And I know a lot of people disagree with that. Honestly, I half disagree with it, and I half do understand why, because the dolls do have new head molds, and it does cost money. Like, it costs like thousands of dollars to put a new head mold into production, so I understand that. It also costs a lot of money to get new spray stencils. The screenings are sprayed, and it costs more money to get them sprayed, and it costs money to get a new stencil made. So this is 2 new stencils with 1 new head mold. I understand that aspect. So maybe $50 is somewhat justified. Also, I will mention the dolls have premium nylon hair. That is the new standard for Bratz. So if you're wondering what hair type they have, it's premium nylon, which is like the same they use on Rainbow High and LOL Surprise OMG. And they've been using it on Bratz for about the past year now. They haven't used Saran since the first edition repros. So yeah. That's all that information about that there. So yeah, they're $50. I think it's half justified, half not justified. I do think maybe like a $40 price point even may have been a little bit better. But honestly, like $50 in retrospect with inflation, I don't think it's too bad. I do wish they came with a little bit more. Like, I think some more accessories would have been cute. Maybe like a mini Your Thing magazine. And I am making my own to do a photo shoot with, so yeah. And maybe something else, like, I don't know, like, I think it could have used like just a little bit more, maybe like purses. Like, I know they aren't known for having purses, but even like, I don't know, like the shopping bag from Rock Angelz or something. I think something else could have been added to really up the piece count for the price. But I understand with the new head mold, it makes sense. And the new screenings, like, yeah, it does make sense. So yeah, it's really, I'm not here to argue with anybody about it. Like, it is what it is. There's no changing the price unless you wait for a sale. But honestly, at your own risk, I don't know what quantity these were made in, honestly. Like, I would not be able to tell you. Like, I don't have that information. They are marketing this as a limited edition set, so take that with whatever grain of salt that you need to. Like, that's all on you. I'm not claiming responsibility for whether or not you are able to purchase them. And if they do sell out, I will have no information about restocks. Like, I do not work for MGA Entertainment. I work for them freelance, but I do not work for them full time. I do not work for Amazon. I do not work for any online retailers or anything. Do not ask me about restocks, because I will not answer you, because I do not have that information. Just putting it out there, not to be like rude or shady, but a lot of people will be asking me these types of things, and the answer is always the same. I know as much as you do. And these are supposed to be online exclusive based off of what Bratz said in their post that was posted today / Wednesday the 12th. These are online exclusive. They're only being sold on Amazon and lolsurprise.com. Amazon, sometimes you can get it internationally. It really depends. lolsurprise.com does ship internationally. They're really good with that. You are probably going to have to pay import fees if you're outside of the US, but I don't know. It's totally in your ball court. And Oz Toy Store is the one that I think a lot of Australians look to get Bratz dolls. So Oz Toy Store is selling them. I don't know how much they're getting. I think if you are like really serious about getting them and you want to like get them in a store, I don't think they're being sold in any stores. I know some international toy stores will get them to an extent. So if you want to risk it, you can risk it. In the US, I can say for sure, I think these are completely online exclusive. I would have loved for these to have been in stores, but they are a very niche release. This is very much for like a specific part of the Bratz community, the doll community that knows these characters, and Bratz media, like, isn't relevant to kids right now. Like, we just gotta be honest with ourselves. Like, kids aren't gonna know who the Tweevils are, so they wouldn't put these in stores, really. But I could also say the same about, I don't know, like, Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, which has figures in the store, which I know has a cult following, but it's in Target stores, so I could also justify these being in a Target store, but it's all up to the retailers to order them, which I don't think they have. I don't think they're going to be online at Target. I don't think they're going to be online at Walmart. If they are, by the time this video gets out, that's amazing. There's more options to buy them. They haven't said anything. MGA has not said anything publicly, so that's all the information I have about that. Putting it all out there. If you ask me a question outside of what I know, I might ignore you. I might say I know as much as you. I don't know. I don't know. But is there anything else to cover about this release before we go? Because I just want to make sure I'm covering all of my bases. I have all my captions ready to go for tonight because they are releasing at midnight tonight. By the time this video gets out, the dolls have been released. If they're sold out, they're sold out. If they're still in stock, they're still in stock. When they will sell out, I do not know. Just keeping it very clear, communicating clearly with everybody. I know a lot of people look to me for information. I am giving you the information that I know. And then I am wondering right now okay, Kaycee's bow is like a scrunchy elastic, so that's good to know. Anything else? Girls, I think we've covered our bases, and I'm so excited about this. I'm so happy that I have them. I'm really just thankful that MGA considers me for these types of things. Sometimes I feel like I get overlooked in like other aspects of what I do, not from like MGA, but just like generally. So it's really nice that MGA does give me like opportunities to do stuff. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got a little glimpse of the Tweevils, and like, I don't know, like, do you want to get them? Like, let me know in the comments if you're gonna get this release. I know it's a little like random. It might not be up everyone's alley. It might be up a lot of people's alleys. Who knows? I do think a lot of people are excited about this, especially if you grew up with the Bratz brand, if you grew up with the dolls. I know some people are like, they don't look like Bratz dolls. Like, I don't like these because of that fact. I'm honestly glad. Hold up. Tangent time, low-key a rant time, because some people were trying to like argue and say like, you know, these are ugly, like they don't look like Bratz dolls. Honey, these are not supposed to be Bratz dolls. These are supposed to be the Tweevils. And I think some people expected like these hyper glamorous, like something that my good friend the Vinyl Scene would make, and he does beautiful illustrations, and I would love to see something like that in the future. But for an introductory release, I do not see why they would go that route, rather than something recognizable. Like, this is recognizable. These are the Tweevils. This is what they look like in the show. If they ever in the future decide to do a designer release or something with the Tweevils, I would love that. I would eat that up probably. But I think as a first off release and to really test the waters, this is like the safest bet. And also, why would you not be happy that there are brand new sculpts, brand new screenings that are sprayed? I think this is a testament to the fact that the team behind Bratz and also the company MGA Entertainment, they care about the brand. Like, this is like the things that you want to see. Like, as a fan who understands like the time and effort it takes to create the dolls, I don't know every nook and cranny of it, but I can tell you it takes a while to make these dolls and to make a new sculpt, to make a new stencil for the screenings. I'm happy about it. I think it's an amazing step in the right direction. Coming off the tails of Moalola, Cult Gaia, I think this is amazing. I think this is another step in the right direction for the brand. And it shows that they care about the brand. Like, this is stuff we want to see as fans. And even if the dolls, like the designs themselves, are not your cup of tea, that is fine. I'm not going to argue with you about that. But you can't deny that there is a sense of care and a genuine care during the craft, the process of designing the dolls that went into this. There's a genuine care here. If you saw the box design alone, genuine care going into the brand, and there are people behind the scenes working their butts off trying to give us the best, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that as a fan. I love it. I'm happy. So yeah, sorry I'm going off on like tangents and rants, but if you're new to my channel, buckle up because I do that often. Smello, brat. Sorry, I'm thinking of like all my fave Tweevils quotes, and I'm so happy that these are official now. They're like a part of the Bratz universe in more ways than whatever they've done. They've only been a part of Bratz Media. Now they are really like a fleshed out product, and I'm so happy. So happy. Okay. Let me know in the comments what you think about the Tweevils dolls. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more Bratz content. Follow me on all socials at LookinBratz. Hold the G on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. And yes, I got this question a few times. I do run lookinbratz.com. Lookinbratz.com is my baby. That's my website. I've been running it for a long time now. I mean, 3 years technically, but I've been working on it for a long time. If you know the T, you know the T. Yeah, lookinbratz.com. Hold the G. Go to that website. Like, that's my baby. And I'm also posting a review article on there where I'm going to be doing close-ups of the dolls and like a closer look, like a better look at the dolls. So make sure to check that out. lookinbratz.com/blog. Otherwise, I don't think I have anything else to say, and I think I've been talking. I talk. I'm a talker. Okay. Also, check out my next video, which will be coming out probably in the next week or so, where I'm going to try to recreate one of the makeup looks. I mean, they're both the same makeup look of the Tweevils dolls, so watch out for that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!